Welcome back everyone. You know, when you see a guy dressed as Blue Jesus talking about how he's going to do away with everyone's suffering, then you already know how things are going to end and who is going to make the ultimate sacrifice. Yes, I'm talking about Viktor, who at the beginning of Arcane Season 2 got fused with his own invention Hexco. I believe Viktor will be the key to solving the Wild Ruins issues or the hextech contamination that Zaun is currently facing right now. I guess Viktor will also play a central role in getting rid of his old mentor, Jinx, who has been terrorizing the Undercity with his evil experiments. Viktor always had the chance to report Jinx and stop him from continuing his evil experiments, but he didn't, and I guess his inability to take action will weigh heavy on his consciousness. But yes, at the end of it all, there won't be any hextech anymore because, as Heimerdinger suggested, perhaps it was an inherent property of the Arcane itself that often brings death and destruction and turns a civilization into a wasteland, which is actually what is happening in Zaun. The hextech contamination is eroding the flora and fauna, and only Viktor can stop it from spreading further. Besides this, the ending of Arcane Episode 3 of Season 2 leaves behind a few other mysteries also. Arcane Episode 3's ending revealed that it was none other than M-Pesa who masterminded the attack in Piltover during the Memorial Day, and her intentions were clear. She wanted to incite a war between the two nations, but what would she get out of this? I mean, her daughter Mel had made it clear that war and bloodshed are her mother's favorite sport, but currently, M-Pesa was looking for something more. A vicious enemy named the Black Witch, who had killed Mel's brother in Noxus, was now coming for M-Pesa to make her pay her debt. Now, I'm not sure what the steps were, but the only reason why M-Pesa arrived in Piltover was because she was looking for something that could kill her sworn enemy. And I don't think it's hextech that M-Pesa was after. It's some other kind of ancient magic. Now, at the end of episode 3, Jinx spoke of some wispy wine woman who saved the minor slaves while they were trapped underground. I believe what M-Pesa had been looking for had something to do with his wine woman, and that was the reason why she persuaded the wealthy families of Piltover to declare war on Zaun. And the only reason why M-Pesa made Caitlyn the face of the upcoming war and not herself was because she wanted to raid the Undercity so she could search for the artifact she had been looking for. But you see, even if she gets her hands on the undisclosed power, she won't be able to use it on Black Witch, because right now she has an upper hand. She has kidnapped Mel and most likely will demand M-Pesa's own life in exchange for her daughters. Sometimes, when you see a dictator wearing a cloak with high collars, you can only wonder how badly things are going to end for them. Hitler shot himself, even though he didn't do it out of remorse, but out of fear, I guess. In Caitlyn's case, things will be different. She isn't a monster, blinded by her anger. Caitlyn might end up doing things for which she will never able to save herself. And this time around, not even Y would be able to stop her from digging her own grave. It had always been a doomed life story between them. They were never meant to be together. It's a classic Romeo and Juliet. But I'm not sure if Y would meet the same fate, or maybe she would die saving her younger sister. Y's death would act as a turning point in Jinx's life. The orphan kid that she saved from the goons is also going to have changed Jinx emotionally, and maybe she would finally be able to leave her alter ego behind and become Powder once again. It was quite a funny scene when Heimerdinger introduced Eiko to Jace, because I think Eiko would finally take Viktor's place in Jace's life. Someone once told me that the most dangerous thing in the world is the friendship between the two insanely ambitious people, because there is no one to stop them. But Eiko is different. None of it would have ever happened if Jace had listened to Heimerdinger's advice, but he didn't. Eiko might be young lad, but he understands Heimerdinger's fears much better than Jace, as he isn't blinded by his own hunt for glory. I guess in the near future, Eiko would not only help Jace to undo the destruction he had brought upon the Piltover, but also re-establish the peace between the two nations, that is Piltover and Zaun. Just like Vandra and Penso, Eiko too doesn't want anything but the safety and property of his people. And with that said, I guess there is no better leader than Eiko to lead the Undercity. However, before coming to that, Jace, Eiko and Heimerdinger have to first find a way to come out of the Hex Zone. I guess Viktor might play an important role here, as he is the only one who acts as a bridge between the two worlds, that is, the human world and the realm of Arcane. Viktor had told Jace that Arcane adapted itself, and his X-core was the prime example of it. It was growing rapidly and soon consumed Viktor's entire body. So that's how X-Kids feels if he's going to destroy the entire city if it isn't stopped in time. Also, as you can see, all the Hextech technology runs on the arcade, and it is the same magic that connects all of Jesus' invention. It was the reason why fiddling with the failsafe disturbed all other Hextech gadgets, which also make me believe that just getting rid of the Hex kit wouldn't solve the issue, and they have to get rid of the arcane magic entirely if they need to save the civilization. After Silco's death, the only evil that is left in the Undercity is Singed. I'm not considering Jinx and Ambessa as the final villains in the series, because both of these characters are dealing with their own conflict and aren't capable of wreaking havoc like Singed. Also, the evil scientist had been the most mysterious one so far. The only thing we know is that Singed had lost his daughter, but how and when haven't been revealed so far. I'm sure he blames the opacity or someone in the opacity for his loss. And maybe the upcoming episodes of Arcane Season 2 will reveal further. In episode 3's ending, we saw Singed creating a mutated wolf monster, Warwick, by pumping the stitched body of two wild wolves with his own blood and insanity potion, which he had also used in Jinx earlier. In Viktor's childhood, Singed had cultivated a similar mutated sea creature, which most likely didn't survive, and therefore Singed carried on with his evil experiments and finally created Shimmer for Silco. As it was revealed in the episode, Caitlyn had released the poisonous Grey in Undercity in order to catch Jinx, and in retaliation, Singed will release Warlock to kill the Enforce to oppress the people of Zaun. But it is the monster, right? So we are not sure how much damage it is going to cause, as one of the posters reveals why is going to face the monster with Atlas Gunless. I think this battle will take place in the final 3 episodes of Season 2, and those who would survive the ultimate clash between Zaun and Piltover will try to rebuild the city from scratch. Thanks guys for watching.